Well, everyone, we've given ourselves a lot of work to do. It's not been great. Yeah, really not been great on the Princes of Parma since I last saw you. Let's see what's been going on. So, I last saw you. You'd beaten Bayern 3-1 at home. Phenomenal. We then played Lazio. I left it at the sort of 5-3-2 that had worked really well for us against Bayern Munich. Didn't go well. 3-0 down. I think it was within about 30 minutes. 36 minutes. There you go. Appalling. Really, really appalling. I changed it around completely at half time. Went to the 4-3-3 gegenpress, and we were a bit better, but yeah, atrocious. Set pieces. Tilo Kehrer scored from a free kick that Tonali gave away. That booking led to that free kick. They then scored. Andrea Conti, that was an own goal, basically corner, header across the box, and he was on the line, jumped up and nodded it in. I think Milinkovic-Savic came from a wide free kick as well. It was just played short. He ran into the box and scored. Liverpool schooled us at Anfield, lost 4-0. It was 1-0 at half-time, and then Mane scored literally after 30 seconds after the restart, and then after that it just dived a little bit. Milan was atrocious. We were 3-0 down. Brought Esposito on. I think I've tried to give him a bit of a rest because he was tired. As you can see, he scored 70 minutes, made it 2-2. And then Leao scored in about the 89th minute. Bit better, beat Cesena, and then this Liverpool game was really annoying. So they got a penalty, which I think was really soft. Pizzella slides in on Mane, and you can see he clearly wins the ball. It goes to VAR, and for some reason they give the pen. It went 2-0, and then it was 3-0 at half time. We pulled it back to 3-1. We looked really, really good in the second half, to be fair. We were creating a lot of chances. And then Nonto went and got injured pretty much straight after Tonali scored. We'd already made all our subs. So we finished the game with 10 men. That completely killed it. Udinese, 2-0. Comfortable. This Salzburg game, I was raging. So Bayern Munich had literally just been to Anfield and they'd been battered 5-1. So if we'd have beaten Salzburg, we'd have gone above them. As it was 1-1, and then we just... I don't know. Same thing that happened against Sassuolo. We were 1-0 up, and then we just imploded. So, I mean, our destiny is still in our own hands for the Bayern Munich game. If we beat them, we'll go above them. It's just frustrating because if we'd have beaten Salzburg, we'd have been going to Munich only needing a draw to go through. Now we have to go and beat them. I can just take some small consolation from the fact that Bayern Munich have not been great in this Champions League. They were 3-2 down at home to Salzburg until the 92nd minute, and then they scored twice to make it 4-3. Like I said, they got battered by Liverpool at Anfield. We beat them at home. So it's perfectly doable, but it's going to be tough. What has definitely compounded things for us is the number of injuries we've had. So, I mean, as you can see, just from looking here, Tadibo, Ahmedhodzic, Nonto have all been out. Gold, Conti, Douglas Costa, they have all been injured as well. All come at really quite pivotal times. We've been out without all of those players for probably about 4 weeks now in total, which I don't think it's a coincidence that with them being out, our form has really, really dipped. I have had to tweak our style of play around. I've stopped using the gegenpress certainly for the whole 90 minutes, and to be honest, I've not really started with it. I've kind of started with the slower control possession tactic or the 5-3-2 wingers one, and just to keep the intensity down, just to try and spare some of the players. To be fair as well, I've had to change the formation due to injuries and also due to performances. Dennis, man, oh my days, I regret giving him another contract. I'm telling you now. Average rating 6.28. He has been awful. So bad. El Shaarawy, where's he? 6.38. Awful. Arezzo, 13 games, not a single goal. He scored against Sassuolo, but it was offside. I've saved probably quite a bit on wages recently because I've been chucking out fines left, right, and centre because some of the performances have been terrible. Esposito has just been hard carrying this team. I don't know where we'd be without his goals. He has just been carrying this team so much. So many other players just haven't turned up. Valenti, centre half, he's got more goals than Arezzo. It's been purely shambolic from some of these players. Now, we still don't have much money, but I am planning on trying to be active in the January. Some of these players are going to get sold, I think. Dennis Mann is wanted, and to be honest with you, I'd be quite happy to sell him. He's been awful this season. I don't think it's helped the games coming thick and fast. Some players, not really had the chance to get a rest or find their form or whatever, but, because if they've been getting overloaded in games, but at the same time, there's been a lot of games, so you've got the chance to go out, play. If you have a bad game, you go again 3 days later, and honestly, it's been awful, so bad. Some of these players are going to be going. Try and free up some funds, free up space. I want to get Talisca in. Douglas Costa, he's played 9 games, 3 goals, but he's been injured all the time. He comes back, he plays the game, he gets injured, so I know I only signed him in the summer, but if I can farm him out to like China or Brazil, great, I'll sell him and then get Talisca in. Bayern Munich, big game. Drop your thoughts below. Are we going to win? Are we going to get through into the next round of the Champions League? We only need to win. We did it at home. If we can get a scrappy 1-0 win, that sends us through to the next round of the Champions League. This is the team. We're going back with the gegenpress, but we're going balanced. I'm not going to do the 5-3-2 just yet. We at the end of the day, we need the win, so we're going to try and blitz them early doors. Esposito up front makes sense. He's doing well. Let's keep him going. El Shaarawy, I'm going to give him a chance off the wing. At the end of the day, I don't really have any other choices to play anyone else there. I could play Esposito there and Arezzo up front, but I'm going to give El Shaarawy 45 minutes and see how he does. Douglas Costa, he's just about fit. Again, I don't trust Dennis Mann, put it that way. Gold's coming back in. Tonali's going to sit deep. I'm not going to play a number 10 just yet. I'm just mindful of the fact that obviously Muller's going to be occupying this space, operating in this space. Ahmed Hozic still isn't fit enough, so I'm going to have to stick with Sistana. Conti is just coming back and Pizzella's playing there. So let's see how we get on. We're going to chance it. Here we go. After this game, it's the break for the World Cup. Usually I hate the break for the World Cup. It usually completely derails my seasons, I find. But this time I'm really looking forward to it. Chance for some players just to have a rest, regain fitness, come back from injury. Just no games for me to lose or for them to get injured in. It's going to be great. Honestly, the injuries have just absolutely knackered this run since the Bayern Munich game. Literally since then, it's just gone injuries, everything just dipped big time. The 5-3-2 like wing-back system that I've used has worked. Like, for God's sake. Has worked. To an extent, like, we've got the wins with that, but I want to try and play to my strengths a little bit with this one. It's not a great start, is it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Thank you, Mere. Sane is just unreal. Not even had a shot yet. This is pathetic. Oh, for heaven's sake, who's picking him up? That's appalling. You need a Istanbul moment here. I mean, as soon as it gets to half time, I'm tempted just to change things up now. Tonali's having a shocker. El Shaarawy doing nothing. Patella having a shocker. Oh! Esposito again, the little archer is the comeback on. Douglas Costa with the assist as well. Just from nowhere, that as well. Oh, come on! What the hell is that? What's the keeper doing? He just falls on his arse. Esposito just does it all on his own. He just has to do it all on his own. Because he gets no support from anyone. Just because they're all terrible in behind him. I threatened to sell El Shaarawy if he didn't improve. And he kind of just was like, what? Like, he was like, I don't agree with you. I don't think I played that badly. It's like, mate, you've been terrible. So he's coming off. Formation change. El Shaarawy's off. We're going to the 5-3-2 wing backs, and rogue move. We've left Tonali in as the libero because he can tackle, he can pass. So let's see how he does. Arezzo's come on for El Shaarawy. Oh, Ajax are sneaking up into the Champions League spot over Barcelona there. At the moment, at least Salzburg are drawing, so we will still get into the Europa League, which is kind of what I expected would happen. It's just frustrating after the start. We had 2 wins, including beating Bayern Munich at home. So, lessons to be learned, I suppose. Injuries have crippled us. Bit of a shame, really, that something like that has completely derailed this Champions League campaign. But you know what? We go for the Europa League if needs be, and let's try and get some silverware. Still aiming to try and at least get to the final of the Coppa Italia. We've got a slightly tougher draw, like pathway to the final if we get that far, and based on the teams that we might play. Our first round is against Pescara, who are in Serie B, so that's something we should get past there, but potential for a few banana skins along the way. We need to get playing. I don't know, he's being played out of position. I don't really give one. I'll be honest with you, like, my options are quite limited as to who I bring on now, as to who I think might make a difference. We've made a couple of changes. I don't think it's going to change a huge amount. It's not going to get us the win, certainly, but we've got no one else who's fit enough, or I would say good enough. I don't trust Dennis Mann anymore. I can't trust him to come on and change the game. Right back is definitely an area I'm going to look to strengthen because Conte has been pretty appalling this season. Not necessarily as a defensive outlet, but as an attacking outlet. You know, he's there as a wing back, full back, and he just doesn't do enough, really. Hasn't done enough, anyway. You know, look, he's getting a 6.3 in this game. I know he's tired. Pizzella, 6.2, usually so solid and reliable. Just not good enough. not good enough. We're going out with a whimper here. Won the first two and then 4 straight defeats. What can you do? What can you do? Like, does anybody want that? Anybody want that? No? Bayern Munich would just basically killed this game in the second half. They've managed it so well. They've just basically just gone like, yeah, it's fine. You're not going to break us down. And we haven't. Look, they're dominating the game. We can't create a chance to save our lives at this point in time. Because like, we'll be going into the Europa League, which, as I said, we expected. It's just disappointing after the first 2 games. I had a bit of probably false optimism. There we go. That's it. Hey, never mind. So we've now got a nice gap. We've got, what are we now? 2nd of November. We've got just under 2 months until our next game, competitive game, which is against Spal at home. That's a game we should be looking to win. Then Fiorentina, who are actually above us at the moment, they've had a good season, making up with the fact that Inter have really struggled. I mean, Conte got sacked. They've really struggled. Napoli, just below us, I think. Roma, as usual, struggling. That's going to be a tough run of games. Fiorentina, Napoli, Roma, Inter, Juve. And because of the World Cup, the games are going to come thick and fast. So we've got a game on the Saturday, then the Wednesday, then the Sunday, then the Saturday, and then the Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday. Brutal, absolutely brutal run of games. I'll bring it back for maybe a Fiorentina one and the Napoli one. We'll do both those games. Like I said, I'm going to try and be active. I'm going to see if I can get some transfers eyed up now in this November time, this period over the World Cup. Ronaldo, I did touch on it in the first episode. He did sign for Everton. Baffles me. He's hardly done great. Everton haven't done great. And he thought, we didn't match his ambitions. He could have played in the Champions League with us. Instead, he's gone to play in the Europa League where they've been beaten by the likes of Rio Ave. But he only signed a 12-month contract. So come 30th of December, I might go and knock on his door and say, do you want to come and play for us for a season? Yeah. Disappointing. I'm disappointed. Look at that. 2 wins in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games in all competitions. Disappointing. But as you can see, Esposito. Dread to think where we'd be if we didn't have him. Yeah, I will see you in the January for Fiorentina and Napoli. That video will be going up maybe even later on today or tomorrow. I don't know. Take it easy, everyone, and spare a thought for me.